Home Show.
Dan from Katy has a question about the HOA and an air conditioning system.
Well, he said HOA clubhouse is what he's writing about, Tom.
Okay.
Don writes, our 3,000 square foot clubhouse has 4 compressors that need to be replaced along with the coil, etc. 4 compressors, 4 thermostats, and I'm sorry, 1 of the compressors need to be replaced along with the coil and so on. It supports the fitness room is the bottom line. It's about a 576-foot square room, he says, with a 12-foot ceiling. We asked about SEER ratings for the proposed 6-ton unit, but the AC company says SEER only applies to residential units. Is this true? And if so, how can we judge its efficiency?
It doesn't matter about efficiency when you get into a workout room that would probably have maybe at any one time 10 people working out, maybe more. I don't know how much equipment's in there, how many people are going in there. They're going in during the day, they're going in at night. When you get into commercial buildings, you get away from all this SEER rating and this kind of thing because the loads are all different. Let's say you take a computer room and you have 30 or 40 computers, the heat coming off of those, you got to size for not the outside, believe it or not. You size for the heat load, and with people in a workout room, Charlie, we've talked about latent load where you have the humidity. Those are bodies in there drinking water, sweating. I mean, you got fans blowing over them. You got all kinds of stuff going on. So you have to handle the load. So the SEER rating can't be really configured for a load that you don't understand. In a house, it's a pretty standard load, family of 4, 3,000 square feet, not a big deal. But when you get into commercial buildings, think about it. This is 3,000 square feet. They have 4 units. One's going bad on them. Where if you had a house that was 3,000 square feet, the most you would ever have would be 2 units, and they would be smaller in size only because, a 5-ton, and maybe a 5-ton could handle it and you'd have 1 unit, but it's not that much square footage. It's the same as a normal house in Houston, actually. But so they're sizing for the activity, and that way the SEER rating goes out the door. That's not efficient. It's a workout room with all kinds of equipment and fans and 20 people, 10 people, 5 people, who knows? Then you have the big TVs on the wall, the stereo system. This is not a energy efficient situation. This is keeping the clientele comfortable.
So how do they calculate that then? And how can they understand whether this will be efficient or not? Or is efficiency?
It won't be efficient. It'll be designed for the interior load.
Okay.
You're going to pay for what you pay for.
It's about managing the load, not efficiency, and that's
correct.
And I think that's probably what the contractor was trying to explain about. It's not. This is different from residential because it's commercial. And
think about this: one of the hardest things that you can design for, even if it's a small situation, is a restaurant, especially with an open kitchen. Think about it. You have the ovens, you have the people, you've got the stovetops, you've got the flat tops. Then you have all these people sitting at tables. Can you imagine? There's a whole different parameter of design for cooling and heating systems in a situation like that than it would be if you're just sitting around your house with 4 people eating dinner and watching TV.
True that. All right. Well, I hope that helps. I think it certainly explains the process they're using to decide how much air conditioning to put in the room.
Yes. And if you get a good contractor, he'll pick a good unit and he'll put it in, but it's not a SEER rating efficiency because there's no way to rate a SEER rating on a commercial application because of the interior loads. They're so different.
All right. Do you have a question? We have different answers. Those are different, true. Especially when you send us your questions, visit HomeShowRadio.com. Click on that Ask Tom button, fill it out, send it in. We'll put up an answer just like this to answer your questions on Facebook, YouTube, and at HomeShowRadio.com.